If you are underpricing and undercharging for your work, you are doing your clients a huge disservice. And let me explain. So I get a lot of pricing questions. Companies aren't sure how to price. New guys in business are trying to figure out pricing, and it's tough. Estimating's challenging. It's really tough. I get that. And so this is a different take on it. It's not the question I ever get asked, but I want to make a really important point. If you are undercharging your clients, you are doing your clients a massive disservice. So the reason I have this opinion is because most of us, and I've said this before, started out as the lowballers, which is a word we use in the industry, the guys underpricing, undercharging. So we're the low-cost provider that's screwing up your whole business because every time you go out to compete with us, we're giving the ridiculously low price that there's no way we can be making money at that price. That's a lowballer. And so you probably, if you've been in the business for any period of time, complain about this all the time. You're fed up with the guys that are underpricing work. They don't know what they're doing, blah, blah, blah. There's a temptation to adjust your pricing to match their pricing. So what happens though if you do that? And this is the reason why it's critical that you price right and you do not undercharge your client. It's a vicious cycle. So for example, if you do not price your services correctly, then you cannot afford to hire the very best people. If you don't hire the best people, then you don't deliver very good service to your clients, which is a huge disservice. If you don't price your business correctly, then you can't afford to train your people. Therefore, the work you give to your clients is subpar. Worse, an even bigger sin than that is the advice that you give to your clients is wrong. You say you need to do this and you spend their money incorrectly. You tell them that they need to fix this or you diagnose the problem wrong, you waste their money. You tell them that you don't have this problem is actually something else, you're wrong, and something dies. A tree dies, a plant dies, their turf dies, something happens. And sometimes you've long since been fired from that job and that problem festers later, or festers and then presents itself later to your client. You did them a huge disservice. The way you give your clients great service is by charging them fairly and not trying to match your competitors that don't know what they're doing. Maybe no fault of their own. Well, it's always our own fault. But maybe because they just haven't made it to that point in their business yet to figure out that, hey, I don't know what I'm doing. I need to go figure this pricing thing out. Whatever the case may be, it's your job to price correctly so that you can hire the best people, so that you can train your people very well, so that you can put them into safe trucks that are insured, that you hire good employees that actually have driver's license so that you don't harm somebody else, hurt somebody else. So I know it sounds like I'm preaching. That's not actually my point here because this video is not based on a question. What I want to make the point of that I just think is so critical is have confidence in setting the right price because it's absolutely the right thing to do for your business, for your employees, for your clients. Clients want great service. They want great quality. Yes, some clients have to cancel service with you or cancel service with one of your competitors that does price correctly to experiment with the low-cost provider, but they will get burned in a month or a year or 2 years. They will get burned. It will go bad. They'll be back into the marketplace, and they'll be buying at fair prices because they're not going to buy from that low-cost provider again. And so many guys say, well, I can't sell into my market. I can't break in the market because everybody is underpricing. Think about who one of the biggest companies out there is. It's TruGreen. I know they're going through their own set of problems, but TruGreen has priced pretty, in many cases, well, there's plenty of examples of crazy pricing with TruGreen where they've underpriced, but they've also priced high in some markets, and their prices do seem to be all over the board. Their name and their marketing has supported higher prices than many companies actually have to charge because they don't have nearly the overhead. They don't have the layers of management and buildings and all the stuff that TruGreen has. So oftentimes TruGreen prices actually tend to be a little higher in the market. And I'm talking in a lawn care example here. It could just as easily be maintenance or design build. But there's plenty of examples of the guys that are in the marketplace charging higher prices than most of the competition and succeeding in a massive way. And so your client wants from you a great product. And if you want your sales team to be highly effective and you want your marketing to work, then invest in quality and service. And it's like kind of like a circle. It takes a little time for your sales and marketing to get going, and it takes a little time to reap the rewards of investing in great customer service. But as the business gets a little bit bigger and there's a little bit more word of mouth, and as you get a little more marketing out there combined with great service and fantastic quality, and more people see that, it all starts to build on each other. And it all starts to pay off. It's all interconnected. Sales, marketing, customer service, your pricing, your quality, your employees, your dress, your clothes, same thing, your trucks, everything about that. Keeping your guys out of accidents that harm somebody in your local city, that not only hurts somebody but also hurts your company's reputation. All of that stuff is so interconnected, and the core of it all is pricing. Don't be concerned with what everybody else is charging. Yes, you have to be in the ballpark, clearly, but don't be concerned with the guys underpricing, because you're doing your clients a huge disservice if you can't be the great service provider. Low pricing in the short term might give your business a boost, but in the long term you will absolutely pay for it. So have confidence to price work correctly. Figure out how it needs to be priced. Go out there and do it, and improve your marketing and your sales and your customer support so that you can get the higher prices. If you want to provide low quality service, not learn how to be very good at marketing, not be very good at selling, and not answer the phone, then it is hard to charge a higher price. You do have to be the low price provider to win work. But if you fix those things, you can be a higher price provider, make more money, and have a better business. And if you eventually are a big company and you meet people in your city and they say, hey, what do you do? Do you want to say, oh, I'm that low budget, cheap, most people don't really love our company very much company? Or do you want to have the reputation, say, hey, I own this company, and that company is seen everywhere and it's known in the marketplace as great customer service, and you don't have to be paranoid that when you meet somebody, like, I hope they didn't have a bad experience with my company at some point. If you don't want to have to live that experience, then price your work correctly and learn how to price it correctly and study what your competition is doing.